Good morning, everyone. Stein Rousseau here. And the question this morning on a moment of significance is that how important is coaching? Does it really make a difference? And specifically coaching in terms of mind mastery, how important is mindset, not only in our personal lives, but also in our business lives? Now, this morning, I want to introduce a young man to you by the name of Dodge. And Dodge has an incredible journey. I've been working with Dodge for quite some time. I've known him for a long time, and I've experienced these ups and downs not only in his personal life but also in business. But I want you to give an opportunity to Dodge to tell his story. I think he's got such a profound story, and he's had such a profound impact in his life, and these results are absolutely off the charts. Instead of me trying to tell you how great the results is, let's hear from someone that is in business, that understands the ups and downs of business, and has his own journey. I'm gonna switch over to Dodge and say, Dodge, maybe just let's start off by you telling us, who you are, where you are in life, and maybe share your journey with us. So, what impact this has had on your life.
Thanks, Dane. Yeah, so my name is Diogenes Giorgio, otherwise known as Dodge. I've got a Cypriot heritage and a Mauritian heritage, and I was born in South Africa in 1982, which was a challenge on its own. I've had an extremely challenging journey in life in general, and I think I'll start it off with explaining to everybody what it was like for me. So, in essence, my life started off in a way that was similar to everybody else. I suppose I was born into a family and I didn't know what was going to happen. And as life progressed, I realized at a young age, before I went to preschool, that perhaps there was something a little bit different about me. And then when my parents took me to preschool, which is grade R today, there was said to be that I was different. And so it started, so my real life journey started, which was, I have an intelligence, I have an intellect, but there's something different about me. And that caused my parents to start to look. And by no means am I blaming any past institution or past person for any of my journey, because I've now understood why I needed that journey, number one. But number two, it's not going to get me anywhere by being angry with everybody. What will get me is I can understand what happened so that I can change it going forward for other people if I meet them. And how can I, if I meet other people with similar challenges, how can I influence their life positively so that they can reach their full potential no matter what challenges they face? I've also saying, come to the conclusion as a 41-year-old man that we all challenge. I come from a town where there's a lot of deaf people and a lot of blind people, and their challenges don't stop them. In fact, they seem to be the most happiest people. And what happened to me was, saying you've known me for a long time, and I set out on a journey in my life as a young man with this vigor to prove to myself that I was good enough. And the reason for that I'll come back to the beginning of my challenges was, when I started to do my testing and to find out where I was on the scale, and am I this or am I that, am I ADD, am I what I am or what I was told I am was dyslexic with ADD or ADHD and a high intellect, but I knew from a young age that I wasn't comfortable amongst what I was doing. So every single day I got up, I felt inferior because I was challenged, meaning other kids were getting it, I wasn't getting it. And the frustration that I felt in my life just carried on and compelled until eventually I rebelled against society. Now, to re-educate myself, I had to teach myself how to read and write again at the age of 20-something years old. Because now I want to...
No, sorry, Dottie, to jump in there. Basically, what you're saying to me is that as a result of all these things that you've been told, that created a limiting belief for you. And
100%.
you're playing catch up all the time because of this limiting belief, so you were told certain things, whether they're true or not true. It created the limiting belief for you, and you had to work extremely hard to just play catch up,
Yes.
not getting past the limiting belief, because that's what I remember when we started coaching, was to address the limiting belief systems. And I'm going to allow you to go on and on the journey, but I want to make sure people understand that sometimes life as a child, we get told certain things, and that creates a limiting belief that manifests in ourselves and keep us back. Dodge, is that's basically what happened to you, right?
100%, David. And I think it's even deeper than that. Any sort of, as a child, you are impressionable. I do believe that, in fact, that that whole concept of between a certain age we are programming and we are downloading between the ages of 0 and 7, let's say, or 0 and 10. And what I experienced was a bunch of adults telling me these things. In hindsight, like you said, don't blame anybody or anything. They're trying to help. Nobody was trying to. But it is so funny that all these years later I end up with a different diagnosis. So now I'm not dyslexic. I'm dysgraphic with a little bit of ADD. What's next? You know what I mean? So everybody's got their own. Then you go and see another expert and you get another. So it's that limiting belief stuff. And I really just believe that we can create any limitation we want to, or we can break down any limitation we want to, which I've done my whole life. I just didn't realize, well, until I started obviously doing, the mind power, the breakthrough sessions, the one-on-one with you, seeing literally how I have a part to play in my mindset. And that it is me that is causing all of this stuff in my life. Okay. And of course, I was also very angry, which I also want to just, it's like you said, anger will stop you from achieving everything. And I also want to get that message across to people today, is that you have to atone for everything, including your anger. And all you're going to do is steal your own happiness and your own joy away. And that's it. And it's not going to change anything. It's not going to change your past. It's not going to change what that teacher said to you. It's not going to change what your mom said to you or whatever. So best you deal with it however you need to, and then close that chapter and move on, because you have great things waiting for you.